What's poppin', fam? Welcome to Don't Touch My Mindset, a podcast that is designed to uplift, inspire, and motivate you, and most importantly, share tools to help you protect that mindset. What's up? Yo, I'm your host, Jay Chase. Super excited to be back here. I'm actually feeling nervous. I was just talking to Autumn before this, and I said, yo, it's crazy after all this time, I still get nervous. I still get nervous about to record the podcast. I still get nervous when I'm about to group coach. I still get nervous when I'm about to go speak. And I heard Inky Johnson say one time, I still get nervous, and that's a good sign because it means that I still care. And I'm like, yo, that's deep, because you should get nervous about the things that you care for, the things that you're passionate about, because it means that you care about it. It means that you really want to make an impact, and I think that's what comes through. So today's episode, I'm super excited about today's mindset, because I'm dropping into it right now. How's the heart? How's the mind? I really want you to feel that as we explore today's episode, because we're going to explore intuition, what it really looks like, what it means, how it feels, what it means to trust your intuition, what it means to trust your inner voice. I'm super excited about today's mindset. We're going to look at how intuition plays a role in your decision making, your leadership style, and how you compare that with your natural giftedness to bring more value to the situation or relationships that you find yourself in. Thank you for everybody who tapped in to the launch last week. We're doing the video podcast thing. It's pretty cool. I like it. I really feel like I'm creating with a purpose right now. This season is all about being complete, bringing yourself to that completed version of yourself that you once saw when you started your road of personal development. I'm not saying that the journey's over, but we're complete in this season, right? As fall begins, I think that we need to bring ourselves to completion, to start shedding, to start evolving, right? I mean, and experience the season that we're in for some point, for some time, for a little bit. Experience the season that we're in, but do it with intentionality to get you to the next level. So today's all about intuition. We're going to dive into it. We're going to overcome doubt. I'm super excited. So if anything resonates with you from this episode, please rate, review, share it with a friend, tag us on Instagram at DJ Chase or at Don't Touch My Mindset. Super excited, guys. Let's dive. I always want to start off with a quote, and today's quote comes from an anonymous source. It says, your intuition knows more than what your mind has figured out yet. I found this extremely profound because, yes, your mind is the logic base, but your intuition is that instinctual feeling. And it made me open my eyes up to, when it comes to bringing ourselves to completion, we have to trust our intuition. Like, we have to. There's no way around it, because our intuition is our inner voice. It's our past decision making. It's that gut reaction. It's that future decision making. It's actually your personality style showing you what's important to you. So I want to start off with the definition of intuition: the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning, right? It's instinctual to you, a thing that someone knows or considers likely from an instinctive feeling. Like, when you get that gut reaction, that's your natural personality style. It's naturally who you are. Some of us naturally know how to communicate and connect with people, and it doesn't require a lot of energy. Some of us naturally know how to be empathetic, reliable, consistent, and show empathy to other people, and it doesn't require a lot of energy. Some of us value high standards. Some of us are very analytical, decision making is a lot faster for some of us, and that all has to do with our intuition, naturally who we are, right? So this is extremely important today, guys, because intuition is a powerful tool that when you understand it, trust it, it can lead to more aligned decision making, more authentic to who you are. It can improve your leadership style when you know if you're operating from your aligned values and your intuition versus conforming to what society wants, conforming to what that relationship wants, conforming to what the workplace wants, and going against your intuition. That's the problem. Most of us are making decisions that aren't aligned with our intuition, that aren't aligned with our purpose. Like most of us struggle listening to our intuition because of self-doubt. We don't know how to trust ourselves. Maybe we've made the wrong decision in the past and it's haunted us and we had to face the consequences to it. And so we turn a blind eye to our intuition. That's not how you live a purpose-driven life, especially aligned with who you naturally are. You're forming to every situation, every rule, every process, every standard, every decision, every interaction made to please others and suppress and silence your inner voice. And that halts your growth. I'm going to set some of you guys free today. I'm super excited about. Many people struggle with listening to their intuition due to self-doubt, fear, or external pressures, right? So in this episode, we're going to explore how to get over that. We're going to explore how to trust your decision-making. We're going to explore even some practical tips on how to build trust with yourself and build listening to your intuition. So first off, I want to tell you guys, there was a time where I didn't trust my intuition. There was a time where I literally didn't make decisions based on how I felt, who I was around, like what environment it was taking me to, or with my future self in mind when making the decision. When I was going against my intuition, I was going out, I was drinking all the time, I wasn't showing up to work on time, I wasn't a coach, I wasn't a speaker, I didn't have the podcast. I was letting people down who depended on me naturally because I didn't trust my intuition. When somebody's like, hey Jay, you want to go out? And I was like, man, I know I probably shouldn't do that. That's your intuition right there. That first moment, that first thought, that first gut reaction. That's when you're like, that's what you should listen to, but we got to learn how to make that intuition sound more audible. We got to get more familiar with that intuition. For me, it took some time of solitude. Like I tell you guys all the time, when I spent 6 months in prison, it was the best time of my life. One, because it allowed me to get my mind right. It allowed me to see what was important to me, but it also allowed me to reflect on how I've been making decisions and where they've landed me. We all got to face the consequences. There's a great quote that says, we come into this world looking like our mother and father, and we leave this world looking like the decisions we've made. And I want my decision to be based on who I am naturally and the value and gifts that I bring to the situation, not because somebody else told me to do something or I went against my intuition. And that's why this is so important today, this mindset, guys, listening to your inner voice, right? So one, intuition helps your decision making. When somebody brings me a problem or somebody brings me a situation or I got to make a big decision, whether it's a small decision from like day-to-day basis or routines, or if it's life-changing decisions such as financial, career, health, whatever it may be, like your intuition plays a role in making those daily decisions, and you got to learn how to make the decision that leans in your favor of who you are naturally, right? So anytime that somebody asks me if I want to go somewhere, my first thought is who is there and what's the purpose? Who's going to be there? Are there going to be people that I can help, I can impact, I can add value to in any type of way? And what's the purpose of me going? If it's not aligned with where I'm headed, I'm not going to go. If somebody wants me to go just for support of them, I'm going to be like, I can probably come for a little bit. If somebody says just because it's the right thing to do, I'm going to need more to do that. So some of us is driven by people decisions. Some of us are driven by task decisions. Some of us are outgoing, some of us are reserved, but it requires us to know our intuition to understand that, my natural self is pulling towards this situation because I'm people-oriented, because I'm task-oriented. And so my intuition is telling me, hey, Jay, you want to be in this room. There's going to be the right people in this room. Or your intuition is telling you, hey, you need to be in this room because it's going to help you achieve the goals that you want to go. Or your intuition is telling you, hey, you need to go and experience this because it's a part of the process to get you to where you want to be. It's your goals. And without a process or principles or trusting your intuition. They're just aspirations. Sometimes we got to take little risks, right? And so I want to break down the difference between logic and intuition. Logic, there's a reason for everything. There's a step-by-step process. It makes sense to you and the outside people looking at it. Sometimes my intuition tells me, hey, Jay, you need to take a right real quick. And you need to connect with somebody in this room. And I listen to that. There's no reason for that. It's an instinctual feeling. It's the spirit talking to me. It's my higher self talking to me, knowing that my next opportunity is within this opportunity. So I got to use my natural gifts in order to get that opportunity. Come on now. I love it. So I want you to think about famous athletes. I want you to think about famous singers. Like, I want you to think about CEOs, bosses, successful people at all. Like, at some point, they all have to trust their intuition. It may not be the decision that everybody else sees. It may not be the way, the step, the process that everybody else wants to go, but sometimes they got to go against the grain to get to where they are. I bet you $1 million, if I had it, that Michael Jordan followed his intuition on the court more than the step-by-step play. He made the adjustments when needed. Another thing that your intuition does, it allows you to feel when you need to make adjustments. If something's not working, something's not working. Don't keep trying to push past it. It's just not working. So we got to figure out something else to do, right? But this comes with trusting ourselves. And most of the time that we have fear of the uncertainty, we have fear that somebody else isn't going to approve of us. We have fear that we might get something wrong, or we have fear that this is going to change everything that we know. Like, there's a lot of fear that comes around with trusting your intuition. There's external influences that can make it hard to trust your intuition or your inner voice. But I need you to start building up above that, knowing that it's okay to make this decision. It's okay to feel. Like, drop from your head into your heart and really understand and feel what the next step is before taking that next step. Silence the noise around you. Silence the noise around you. Like, I need you to be able to drown out the opinions of others, the validation that you're seeking from others, the control that you want to have on others. Like, I need you to literally silence the noise and listen to what your intuition is telling you to do at this moment for your next step in growth, your next business move, your next financial decision, your next relationship decision, how to build your mindset, all of it. Like, your intuition is talking to you, and I just need you to make it more audible. So there's practical steps, of course, to strengthening your intuition. First one is practice mindful journaling. Like, just journal it out. Free association journaling is probably one of my favorite practices. Sometimes I just need to talk. Sometimes I need to just get it out. And I don't believe that sitting with somebody or having a prompt can help that sometimes, because it keeps me extremely focused. When I want to tap into my inner voice, my intuition, I just flow. I get out a blank sheet of paper, pen, and I just flow and I let it go. I just write it all down, right? Journal about your intuitive feelings. What comes up when you're faced with a decision, when you're faced with a tough decision, when you're faced with interacting with somebody? Like, what comes up? Does it excite you? Does it drain you? Does it make you tired? Do you feel like you got to put on a different personality or a different face, a different mask? Like, really, really feel those feelings, and then decide what is right and what is wrong. Decide what is helping your growth and what is hindering your growth. And then we're going to start doing more of what's helping, right? And then I want you to meditate on past decisions where your intuition was correct, where you felt the right thing to do, and you did it, and it worked, and it got you closer to where you wanted to be. You need to experience more decision making like that. So I really hope that this has been helpful. I hope this has inspired you. I hope this has uplifted you. I hope this has helped you make your intuition a little bit more audible for you, right? Thank you guys so much for rocking with us. This is going to be an amazing season. We're just getting started. We're back next Wednesday with a brand new mindset. Pivotal Moments is coming back. I'm telling you guys, wait on it. It's coming back. But if you are not in the personal growth community, I need you to get in it right now. Check the show notes. There's a sign-up link below. We're doing a Q4 personal growth challenge, and I want you involved. I want you actively working on yourself, right? It's going to do nothing but push you closer to the person that you want to be in the next 90 days, to the person that you want to be in the next 10 years. It's going to help you develop a relationship with your future self while looking at all 7 of the equities. I love you guys. Until next time, go get in the personal growth community. Share this episode. I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Stay focused. Stay inspired. Stay connected. And please, 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 don't let anyone touch your mindset.